Hey guys, this is Andre Tipton, aka Taco Man 5000 from RealOtakuGamer.com. This is the new show from Real Otaku Gamer, the Nintendo's podcast. We're going to do it yesterday with the announcement of the Switch, but that didn't happen. So we're going to try some theme music here. Okay, that's all we can afford. Let's move on. Start. I'm gonna introduce everybody. Well, actually, I'll let you guys introduce yourselves. Of mostly Nintendo, a lot of Nintendo fans here. I think everybody's a real big Nintendo fan. Everybody, pretty much. We're pretty excited about the news, so we're gonna have a good show tonight. So I'll let you guys start out. You guys pick who goes first, whoever.
I guess I can go first. I'm Jeremy,
Go ahead.
aka Light Masa.
What do you do?
Uh,
Hey.
pretty. Right now, I'm currently playing Destiny, but super excited for the new Pokemon games, and of course, the new Zelda. Cannot wait for it.
All right. Okay, come on.
Norzilla Gamer. Uh, contributor, past contributor, Real Taco Gamer. I play all systems, but can't wait till this get more information on this Switch.
All right. Go ahead, Kenneth.
All right, I'm Kenneth. You can call me Kenny. Uh, I'm editor-in-chief UnitedFrontGaming.com. I'm also a freelance writer. You can see some of my work on Upload VR. And yeah, excited about Nintendo.
Oh, yeah. What you guys doing back there? Who's banging on stuff? Look like somebody's moving. Sound like somebody's moving. But yeah, we'll get into this. Well, I guess we can start off with the Switch. I've I've known about it a little bit for a little while. I've actually got to see some stuff, a little bit behind the scenes stuff for the past month or so. Actually, a little bit longer than that. I couldn't really say anything until yesterday, about an hour before the announcement. I kind of put some stuff up, but I don't know. I think it got misdirected to a friend of mine, which was really messed up. But I don't know. I had to get on Reddit and try to fix that problem. But yeah, it's I'm excited. Even though I only got to saw all I got to see was video. I never got to see what the console looked like. I got to see like the screen, but that was it. That's all I got to see. And so what I did see before was it was gray, but I'm glad they got the color. I'm glad about the color they have. The trailer was pretty cool. I like the way they showed. They showed that it does a lot more. They actually explained it more without even actually explaining it more than they did with the Wii U. So which was a good plus. What do you guys think?
Well, I think that you're right, because I know there's a lot of people the angry people, that Nintendo angry people, that it's like, who the hell stops playing basketball to play basketball on the system? You idiot! They're just giving you scenarios where it's showing the portability of the freaking system. It's understood that these things, well, the roof party might happen, because I can see myself actually doing some crazy stuff like that. But like the basketball thing, yeah. But it's just showing you how if you and your buddies both had it, you can play it out and about. For a player, for local, which is cool, because it's out before. Like, I was hearing some rumors saying that local multiplayer thing was going to start getting phased out, and Nintendo like drove it home with that.
Nah, yeah, Nintendo's all about that.
I'm glad, because I got kids that I like to play games with, and shoot, that's perfect.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think.
What do you think, Light Summer?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Kenny, go ahead, Kenny. Go ahead, Kenny. Go ahead. You're good.
Oh no, I was gonna piggyback off of what he was saying with the kids. I think it's those little controllers, man. Those are perfect for smaller hands.
That's the only thing I'm looking at. Like, man, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I got big hands. But I'm sitting here thinking, right? I don't know how big the device is. It all depends on how big big the device is. I didn't like playing the Wii pad. I mean the Wiimotes sideways because
Emotes.
how it was positioned. That's why I didn't like it, and that was big. So I was looking at the guys playing the game. Now, if it's positioned right, it could work.
Well, see, that's kind of how. I mean, go ahead, Kenny. I'm sorry. Let me get back to. Let me get you guys finished up first. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, let me to cut you guys off. Go ahead, Kenny.
Nah, I was saying, I mean, because just playing and everything, it was cool when they separated and you had the controller was in two parts, so the guy was
Hmm.
kind of
Right.
playing and he had one hand and one in the other hand.
Hmm.
But then I was thinking like if you're gonna play split screen and pass someone the controller, I think it's cool because the system comes with basically three controllers. But
Hmm.
if it's really really small, I can see your hands getting cramped. I know when I
Yeah.
play my 3DS, if I play like a shooter or something on my 3DS,
Hmm.
uh, I can only play for a little while before I have to like stretch my fingers or whatever. And I'm thinking like that controller is smaller than the distance between the 3DS buttons. Um, that could be an issue. I mean, I'm not saying you would play it for that long, but if you bring it somewhere, you're gonna play it for more than 10 minutes. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Right. What do you think? What do you think, like Summer?
Um, it's everything that I pretty much hope for since I'm mainly a portable, gamer. I love Pokemon and just the idea of being able to like take, say, a Pokemon comes out on that and be able to put it on the big screen. That just
Yeah.
all that little stuff like that just makes me happy. And then I saw Skyrim, and it's like no longer do I have to choose a play Skyrim or
Hmm.
go outside. I can take it with me. So kind of a little nerdy thing, but I'm really excited for that. And yes, yet again, it just so many things with Pokemon saying we're not sure if the new Pokemon's gonna come out on the NX. It just I don't know. I'm just super happy that all this stuff's being considered and it's a handheld that caters to me. And now my wife can play Pokemon on the big screen, so it's perfect.
Right.
And what's cool is right that see how he's saying it's a handheld, but Nintendo says it's a console. So my
Well, it's
thinking,
just a hybrid. That's basically what it is.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody else said it, but I'm gonna say you're gonna hear it here first. I'm the first person that said it. Nintendo is the first of the third tier platform. So that hybrid is the third tier. There's nobody else in that.
Oh,
So
you know that'll happen. I'll give it. I give it.
yeah,
I
it's
give
the
it. I
third
give it.
tier.
I give it. I give it E3. I give it E3, and Microsoft's going to have a Surface to Xbox
Hmm.
something. They're going
yep.
to have
Hmm.
a Windows 10 Xbox tablet device, and Sony's
Yeah,
going to have some kind of like I don't know, some kind of hybrid. I'm sorry. I hate to
yeah.
knock. Don't knock. I'm not knocking on the Sony and Nintendo fans, but man, come on, that's going to happen.
Well,
Yeah.
that happens.
Nintendo, they can't let
And
Nintendo have the ultimate innovation. They got to do something to go with it.
Yep.
earlier today, on Twitter, well, not too long ago, I said, um, if even if the NS is at least PlayStation 4, Xbox One fidelity graphically, right? It is the better system, period. Because you can get, especially if the third parties are supporting it, like we're hoping, it's the better system because you can take it anywhere. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's the same quality game. So it's like,
It's
where
not
can
like the
you
PS.
lose? Like,
It's not
where
like the
can you
PS3 and
lose?
the Vita.
Like, like,
Vita.
like recently, right? I just went down to North Carolina. I had to train some people, right? And I stayed in the hotel, and I kind of went to sleep early because I didn't really have shit to do, and I didn't want to take all them cords and stuff on my Wii U or my Xbox. Oh, Xbox is too big. PlayStation 4 is too big. And I didn't want to take the Wii U. I was like, man, forget it. I'll just look on my phone. Like, but if I had that, oh my goodness gracious.
That would be crazy.
Well, I don't know if
Hmm.
y'all know that
Yeah.
NVIDIA has actually came out and said that they're using the NVIDIA Tegra on it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, a custom chip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
it's a custom. It's a from what when I got a thing from Nvidia the other day or yesterday actually. It's a high end custom. I mean, it's not just a custom Nvidia Integra chip. It's
Yeah.
a Hygra. It's a high grade chip. Like
yeah,
they
Yeah, that's
went
what they
all out.
said. They said
They went all out.
it said it's one of the cutting edge G Force ones or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was like,
I want to
okay.
now I'm sitting here thinking, which one are you talking about? Because I don't know what the development time on that. They said 500 hours. So if it was 500 man hours it took for them to do all the development and all that for that, it might have been a short development time. So it may be
Well,
the
see
Pascal.
that coincides with a lot of the stuff that came out that I was hearing, God, early this year, because what I heard was, okay, so I mean, I already knew some developers that already had kits. They had
Hmm.
kits like some developers had kits as long as like December of last
Hmm.
year. Companies have had the kits that long, and then but I've been hearing from people it's like, okay, the turnaround time for development is like literally like, 3-4 months, maybe 6 months
Perfect.
tops. Like to port something over is even less time.
Hmm.
So I mean, um, there was a first person shooter I saw in a video running on it, but I don't know. I can't even say which one it was because I think which one it was, but I'm not gonna say.
Hmm.
It's one of the companies that's on the third party list. And just to let you guys know that third party list that's up is only partial. It's not a
Yeah.
full list. It's a partial
Hmm.
list. So
Well, didn't
when I was telling people, I said, man, look, the third parties. There was a list that I saw. The third parties have jumped on board, and it's gonna be some names. There's some names that were listed. There are names that are on there that have not been announced.
See,
It's crazy.
I think that's what they're waiting on. People are like, well, we didn't get any specs. Why do you think it's gonna get specs on a 3 minute trailer? This is not E3, and you're dealing with Nintendo. So why are you thinking
Right.
that you're gonna get specs on some trailer? This is not even a real reveal. This is like a
No.
trailer. So when
Right.
that direct comes, that's gonna be 35, 45 minutes long. You're gonna get all types of goodies. So wait.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
I've been telling people that since since they said they might announce it. Just wait. Stop. I mean, oh, dude, you guys, most of you guys know, I get asked about the NX 4 or 5 times a day, every day, all day. It's like, what do you know? What do you know? Dude, first of all, I can't tell you anything I've seen, and second of all, you just gotta wait. When is it? When is the announcement gonna happen? Dude, they told me one thing. I don't know when it's gonna happen. If it happens, it happens. You just gotta wait. I told
Hmm.
him, I said it's not gonna be. I said it's not gonna be November. There's no way they're gonna do it in November. I said that, I've always said that. There's no way November is gonna they're gonna do it in November. Because that's not long
Too
enough.
late.
You got to have a six. I said Nintendo has never announced a system less than 6 months before launch. Never. In the history of Nintendo, they've never done that ever. So I said, just relax. It'll happen. So and people are not satisfied still.
You know what's funny?
I'm like,
Back
you
in
got it.
like 2013, I was really using that digital promotion program that the Wii U had. When you buy a certain amount of games, you get
Mhm.
percentage back. And then I was like,
Right.
getting some of my credits or whatever. And I was reading through like the terms of services and stuff like that on the website that you get your codes from, and it said that the program was going to end in like 2015, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, so I don't know if it was on Twitter or if it was on Meverse, but I said, yo, in 2016 the next Nintendo's coming out. Like, because
Yeah.
that program is like they're doing some type of test. Whatever that digital program was, it was a test market for what Nintendo plans on doing. And then sometime last year, or maybe it was 2014. Remember they was talking about how Nintendo. Remember when they ended that the Nintendo Club and started something new.
Right. Right.
That is,
The Nintendo
I
Network.
bet you that was the brainchild of that digital program that the Wii U had, and
Right.
whatever the NS going to have is going to be the child of that.
See, I'm looking at
And
what
so
do you
that's
think,
why they
Kenneth?
didn't. That's why they didn't show
Go ahead.
That's why they didn't show no OS stuff or none of that, because they're gonna. I bet you they're gonna spend at least 10 to 15 minutes on the OS and all that other crap that it does when that
Oh
direct
yeah,
comes.
they're gonna do a whole thing. They're gonna do a whole thing about Miiverse and Virtual Console and stuff like that.
Mm.
Um, would you go ahead, Kenneth?
oh, I was just saying, I mean, I know it was a preview, and as a Nintendo fan, I get excited just for seeing it.
Mhm.
But I do have some criticisms, not necessarily on Nintendo, but in terms of everyone getting hyped because we see these lists and we see these things, and they aren't showing us much of anything. Because I know the same thing happened with the Wii U. Now, in terms of the Wii U and Nintendo games, I think the Wii U is an underrated system. But as far as people
Definitely.
looking for third party support, I think that we can't necessarily go on the listing because the same thing happened with the Wii U. And what we found out at E3 was that it was all ports of games that came out a year ago.
Mhm.
And that was kind of cool for the start. But if you already had a system, a powerful system, and you were playing these games for a year already, that's not really going to sell unless you haven't bought any games. That's not going to sell the next Nintendo system. And
Mhm.
we see the preview, and they're showing Skyrim, they're showing NBA 2K17, and it's like, okay, we see ports. Um,
Yeah.
I was cool with that because it shows that there's third party support in the sense of I was concerned that if they were going with cartridge based, that we're not going to be able to get any type of third party support. But it seems like they're going to have some digital support. I
Yeah.
want to see something that's new that's going to be developed for
Mhm.
the Switch, kind of like how Square developed Mario RPG, or you know, um, another developer,
Right.
did Bayonetta and stuff like that. Like I want to see those
Deep
games,
close my closet.
Zombie U and whatnot, um,
Right.
to really sell it because the just having that list, because I don't know if you guys remember the E3 where they had that montage of developers who were
Mhm.
like,
Right.
the Wii U is gonna be the next best thing, and we have all these ideas for like an Aliens game and all these other games, and then nothing came of it. Like they were waiting for the Wii U to sell first before they kind of jumped on, um, and I don't want this to happen. So I want whatever they're gonna do, go ahead and do it as a launch or in the first 6 months to kind of
Right.
pick up some sales, and then let's see. But the list doesn't really surprise me. They kind of always do that.
Well, that list, this year's list, is bigger than that year's list. And
Yeah.
what you
Well,
know is know is more revealing than anything is that you actually saw Bethesda support Nintendo in the fact with any game. You see what I'm saying?
right. Right.
So
I mean, like with that is like it's crazy. It's so much stuff coming. It's so much stuff that they're working on that um I'm trying to think. What am I think? What am I trying to think? Like Bethesda thing is big. A lot of the third parties have jumped on because like Nintendo made them realize that okay, look, yes, it's a cartridge, yes, but you know, cartridges are you can do a 128 bit cartridge. I mean, 128 gig cartridge. If you can make an SD card with 128 gig, you can make a cartridge with 128 gig. So you don't have to worry about you can put that 50 at 80 90 gig game on this cartridge, and you don't have to
mhm.
worry about it. You don't have to
I'm
worry about the
wondering.
install and all this stuff.
I wonder if
Go
they're
ahead.
rewritable because when patches come, where are those patches going?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, what about
Probably
mod support
the
as well
mods,
for
if
like
they do the mod
delivery?
support, it'll probably go internal because I'm guaranteeing you that hard drive is not going to be a 32 gig hard drive. There's no
So
way.
you think it has a hard
So
drive in it?
whatever
I
hard drive is
see.
going to be in whatever hard drive is going to be in that box is going to be, I mean, I'm not going to say that the actual screen has a hard drive in it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think that's gonna be
It
SD card
might.
personally, and the
Yeah,
screen.
I mean, it could be. But think about it. If you just put you can put a 128 gig card in there, and that'll be good for a couple of games at least.
Well, that brings up the other question too: is Nintendo gonna have their own memory card peripheral, kind of like how Sony did with the Vita? And then how
I doubt
expensive is
it.
that gonna be?
I highly doubt that.
But
Because
y'all,
that's
yeah,
one thing. That's one thing they've learned. That's one thing Nintendo has learned. They do not do proprietary software. That
but
Go ahead.
that I don't think they're going to do an SD card. Any I'm thinking that the cartridge itself is going to be where all that saving and stuff is. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
because that's just an extra port on there and something extra you have to put inside there, and that card looks thick as hell.
Yeah,
It
Yeah.
don't look thin like that little like the 3DS. It's like thick.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that if you could put if it's 120, say it's 128, say they're going 128, right? And you know they ain't making 128 gig games yet, right? And if it's not a 4K system, then they got plenty of room to spare. And if you just make it simple for somebody, you don't have to buy nothing extra. The game is what you get, and you pop that bad boy in.
Yeah, especially if the games are like 720p on like the little screen, and if it upscales, they have tons of room to mess on the memory cards themselves there. So
So I mean, I'm hoping that we won't even have to buy a SD card. I'm hoping that the cartridge itself is enough. That's what I'm hoping.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping
Because you would have to go out and buy 120. Like, forget all that. Like, make it simple. Like the simpler you make it, like, I think it's going to be easier for the people to buy it and not have, because they're going to buy it and they're like, oh, I want this. I'm like, oh, I ain't got enough memory. Kind of like with the Wii U, I got a daggone standalone hard drive for that. I got mad games on there, but like, it was a kind of annoyance, but just make it real simple.
I hope they bundle that Pro controller with the system that they were showing off. I mean,
I was wondering what comes with it. Like, I know that those two little controllers, and you know what? I'm thinking that other thing comes with it too. That weird looking thing.
Yeah, the other controller.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that's what comes. It's those three things, because, well, it's the two little Joy-Cons, and then it's that charger, because I think that's a charger for it. I think that's it, and maybe the bundle might come with the Pro controller.
Did y'all notice that when they showed the Pro controller, each one had different nub styles? Like one had the Xbox One style, the other one had the PS4 style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's going to be like if you can take them off like the.
Hold on. Say that again.
Yeah, if you go back and look at the trailer, one person's holding a Pro controller has different. And he has the PlayStation nubs, and the other one has the Xbox One nubs on it.
But you know what?
You can put
I didn't notice.
You can make the analogs where they're closer. You make the analogs where they're closer together, or you make them where they're spread apart.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. And I watched 15 daggone analysis videos.
I think you switch it. Well, I think it's the actual Joy-Cons that come with it when they put it on the little dongle or whatever that is that comes with it, because you can switch them around.
Yeah, I think.
So I think that I don't know if it's the actual Pro controller that does that, because I think the Pro controller is more like an Xbox.
Man, I gotta watch it again, man. I gotta watch another one.
You can flip it around, because that's what they did. That all those little videos are like the little dog videos, dog pictures. It's so crazy.
Did y'all also notice in the trailer too, when every time they showed that the dock station, there was no cords?
Yeah, I think the cords are in the backside where that chunk is in the back.
That's what I was wondering. Well, the reason why I'm asking this is because in the Chinese leak that leaked all of this stuff about this NX, they mentioned a wireless dongle for HDMI, and Nintendo patented that as well. So I'm really curious to see if that's actually going to be a real thing, because yet again, they're trying to own this whole take this with ease anywhere you go.
That'd be perfect.
You know what? I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. You just said that. I read that. I was like, wait a minute.
That
would be perfect.
Now, I think people. I don't know.
I gotta look at the trailer again.
Can somebody help me out with this? Do any of you have a issue with the actual name?
The Switch. No. I think it's
fine.
I don't have a problem with it.
I think it's fully descriptive of what it actually does.
Yep. It is.
It's better than Xbox One.
Yeah. My only problem with it though is it's kind of one of those names where it's like, oh, I'm gonna get a Nintendo Switch, and people are like, a what? After the whole Wii U thing, people are expecting it to be like the Wii U 2, and then you go Nintendo Switch, and they're like, what's that?
It makes sense, but my thing is, now the reason why I said that is because now, if that dongle thing if that actually is what's going to be, then I'm like, hold on, they could have just named it the Nintendo Stream. Then, like, remember the name that remember that the Nintendo Stream? It could have just been in this, because that exactly would be what it is. I mean, you should switch stuff around too, but at the same time, it's a streaming device.
And see, that brings up yet again the whole the upscaling issue that I'm trying to figure out, because I got no problem if your screen is 720p, 60 frames. But if it really is just upscaling, that's going to look really terrible, say, like on a 4K television, because it'll only upscale to 1080p. So I'm really hoping when you actually plug that thing in, it's not upscaling. It's actually going to have like extra RAM, extra CPU, and the base
know what I was
itself.
thinking? I was thinking that when you take it out of when it's in the dock, I'm thinking that the machine, right, runs at 1080p, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking when you take it out, it downscales.
Yeah,
You
that's
see what I'm
what
saying?
I'm thinking too. Yeah, because I'm actually thinking that base has, say, an extra CPU in it or another GPU in it,
Hmm.
which would make sense.
It does because it's going to be running. You're going to be running everything on your TV from that point.
Yeah,
So once you put it in the dock, you're running everything from your TV. So that's where all the upscaling and all that stuff goes. That's where all that comes into play. Because there's not going to be the actual upscaling on the actual device. So, this is native 1080p anyway, which is fine.
yeah.
But we'll see.
Let's just hope for those solid 60 frame games. I'm not gonna lie, that Skyrim at solid 60 1080p on the go will be so nice.
Oh my god!
Did y'all hear that rumor came out like a couple of weeks ago that Nintendo was their thing is going to be 1080p, 60 frames per second on everything?
Yep.
Did y'all hear that one?
Yep.
Well, that's supposed to be. Everything's supposed to be native, especially. That was the whole reason for going with the processor that they went with. It's because they when they were doing because what I read was I read this and I don't forget what I read it. I read this. You guys okay?
No, that's me. Like I'm doing this on my phone and I'm like got the phone in my pocket and I'm getting some water out the refrigerator.
I got you. I was reading something and they're talking about they don't want anything less than 720 on. That's what I mean. They're like they want true HD everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No matter what you're playing, no matter what you're watching, it's going to be in true 1080p native. That was their whole point for going with the Tegra. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see when the specs come out.
Did you all hear about the leak about Destiny 2 possibly being out on the Nintendo Switch?
Mm-mm. I didn't
Hey,
hear
it's
that.
coming. This is
Yeah.
the thing. This is the thing. The third parties are on board. It's coming out in March. There's not going to really be a lot of games coming out around
Yeah.
March. So everything that's supposed to be coming out to be announced at E3 might be announced for the Switch
Well,
too.
what I'm wondering though
So,
is if Destiny 2 is going to come out on the Switch, does that mean that they're going to have some type of internet service that you'll be able to pay for? Because remember, Destiny's online. So
their service, the main thing they're keeping hush hush, but the only things I've been hearing has been that it's okay. Basically, it's like I tell everybody, Nintendo listens to everybody. Nintendo is probably going to be the ultimate troll when it comes to technology now, because everything you guys are everything everybody's complaining about, they're listening. So the new Nintendo Network, I'm just going to put it out there, and the new Nintendo Network is going to be on point.
good. Better have achievements.
It's probably I don't know if they're going to do trophies or achievements, whatever. I don't know if they're on that page, but I know they're talking about functionality. And there's not going to be any crazy online lag and other stuff. They're trying to. All I know is that I've been hearing that they're beefing it up like crazy. So there will not be any. Oh, Nintendo Online sucks. No, this won't happen this time.
I think one thing that kind of helps in that regard is the fact that they teamed up with other companies,
Mm-hmm.
kind of help with the online.
Shoot, pretty much Nvidia made this daggone system.
Yeah. Which isn't this the first time Nvidia's done something like this for a home console?
Isn't it the first time Nintendo ever did something like this?
Yeah, Kenneth is onto something.
Well,
you need to pay attention to their partnership with Dena.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Yeah, that was they bought them like 2 years ago, right?
No, they don't own them.
It's a partnership.
Yeah, there's a partnership. Nintendo cannot buy Dana.
Yeah.
Isn't that DNA play? It's like DNA.
Dana is they're the second largest cell phone mobile gaming provider, mobile technology provider in the world.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's why that Nintendo partnered with them.
Yeah.
I think it's possible. I think my only thing with Nintendo is that they usually a while back when they were doing like the Super Nintendo and stuff like that, they were innovative and they were trying to be ahead of the curve. And I think they got to the point where they're kind of satisfied with what they do, and so they're innovating in a bubble. And what I mean about that is that they innovate in a way that isn't really needed or wanted. Like when they did the Wii U, and you have the tablet, which is cool, but then you have the fact that Microsoft is like, well, you can have any tablet, and you can do second screen with the Xbox One. It doesn't matter what tablet you have, or second screen with the Vita, or all these other things. It's like the tablet came out a little too late. I think if it was
Yeah,
like a year earlier, that might have been like the next. Oh my God, you could do this tablet stuff, and no one had it. But it was like you know, it was second. And then you think about like, well, only one person gets to play with the tablet. You couldn't buy two of them, and all these other things. It's like
Yeah, that's what pissed me off
these
because
things
my
didn't
my
like
my
dawn.
gamepad is messed up.
Yeah,
And
like these things didn't dawn on Nintendo, or the fact that like friend codes, like no one likes friend codes. Um, you know what I mean? And so
I never had a
it's
problem with them.
yeah. It's crazy. So like I don't mind for them, like if you want to do something that's just Nintendo, that's cool. But if you want to add features that other people have, you really need to look into what they have and kind of be competitive in that way, so that you're not, evolving, but kind of like in a backwards fashion, that it's just not
Yeah.
fun. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if the only thing with the Nintendo Network is basically it right now. So I mean, you won't have the only thing you have friend codes is with the 3DS, and there's a the next iteration of 3DS is supposed to eliminate that.
all I know is when online come for the NS, they better uh, make uh, Miiverse faster and less cumbersome. I loved Miiverse. PlayStation 4, they straight up stole the idea of Miiverse when they came up with the communities. But it's still
Yeah.
not as good. It's still not as good because it's like as simple as the Miiverse is for Nintendo on the Nintendo Network. The communities on PlayStation don't even have the options that and the
Dude,
community involvement.
I've never even been in a community on PlayStation.
Yeah, them communities.
Like somebody invited to me. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I didn't know how to get into it.
It's weak.
I tried to click.
It's
I was
weak.
like, dude, what is this? And
It's weak.
I couldn't even get into. What world is this?
You know what? Let's talk about something really cool about like possibly that the NX might have different colors. I don't know if you all heard about that.
I think that's a true thing because
Yeah.
They
it's
always have different
it's a
colors.
semi modular system,
Yeah.
right? So I'm thinking we're going to get different attachments. We may even get attachments where you could change the button configurations.
Yeah. It's gonna be awesome, like having like walking, like say go to, I don't know, like an event like here where we go to like CosmoCon, and someone has a orange NX and someone has a
Hmm.
clear NX. Like that kind of brings me back to the Game Boy Color days when everybody
Hmm.
had a different one, and
Oh
I'm
yeah,
so
yeah.
excited for that.
I think Nintendo really might have waited long enough to be able to get
Yeah.
technology that's cheap and fast to produce to keep down production costs and all of that and still be able to have a decent enough graphical fidelity
Yep.
um, and and tap into both markets. I'm hoping. See, my thing is like I was hoping that they didn't combine it because if I'm thinking like you need something to fall back on if it fails. You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
if they do it right and they make sure that they're working with the developers like they wasn't the last like two generations, um, then they make it sell on their systems. And I think these the Scorpio, when the Scorpio come out, they ain't gonna know really what to do because Microsoft really don't got no
See,
games.
you know what? I think
I think that's the
they're
opposite.
messing up.
See, I'm
I
excited for
think
this
they're
one.
messing up.
That's just because I'm a PC
I am,
gamer.
but
So
I think they're kind of. I don't know. I
Wait, do you
think
think who's
and
messing up?
I think Microsoft is kind of messing up with the Scorpio.
Hmm.
I mean,
Me too.
it's
See, I feel like that with the
it's
PlayStation
too
Pro.
much.
Well,
It's too much.
that PlayStation
The
Pro,
Xbox is,
the PlayStation Pro isn't even a 4K machine.
Yeah,
That's my
and
thing. You just
that's what's
wasted
bothering me.
money.
That's what's bothering me about it. That's what's bothering me about that. I mean, why would you even? I mean, I mean, it's like, why would you even bother?
yeah, or at
I mean,
least like the Xbox S is 4K.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's like I don't understand like Sony's whole
but then
logic
you
behind
see
it.
the Scorpio. I mean, I get why they're making the Scorpio, but I would think that the Scorpio is more of a dev machine.
Hmm.
When
It's more
isn't that more of a developer's machine?
well, it's more for the person that wants to be like, oh, I want a PC, but I can't afford that PC, so let me buy something that's in
Well,
But
demand.
you
he's
know,
talking
but
sp-
we already know that thing's gonna be $500-600. We
yeah,
already
because
know
he
that.
said
Yeah,
it's going to be a premium device, and
yeah,
you're
I
going
think
to
it's gonna
know
be
it's
about
going.
800.
Premium.
So
I
my
mean,
thing is,
I'm being generous. I was being nice, saying five
I
six hundred
mean,
dollars. I was being
I
nice.
mean, because you got look. It's funny when he said talked about the Xbox One S. The Scorpio was the reason why I was about to just get rid of my Xbox One and just be like, forget Xbox One.
Just what?
And then when the Xbox One S came out, I was like, well, damn, it's smaller and it's actually 4K. I was like, what? That's crazy. Like, but then I was like, I really don't want to get rid of my Xbox One only for one reason. I want I want to get this damn I like Forza Horizons 2. I got rid of it and I want to get it back, but I'm waiting for it to get cheap
Dude,
again.
look, dude,
Yo,
dude.
I spend my kids to tell you. Like I have like on my Facebook page, I have like my banner. I took
Yeah,
I took like literally 12, 24 hours to make swatches for my vehicles. Like they think I'm playing a game. I'm up here designing shit. Like I'm up here making like my state tags like exactly how it is in real life and making my state flag and putting all types of crap, man. Took forever. Once I found out how to like take all those swatches and make stuff out of it, boy, I gotta get that game again.
yeah. Got it. I was,
So,
dude. Go ahead.
he was actually talking about price point, where we're all talking about price point
Hmm.
with all these systems. Kind of brings up an interesting thing to talk about with the NX. Now, if the NX is $300, I think that's like the
That's,
perfect ballpoint. If it's four
That's
hundred dollars,
it's not
I
gonna be. I don't think it'll be 400.
I don't think so either. But if
I think it needs
Nintendo
to be
does that, I
250.
think that's going to honestly probably hurt their sales if they don't have a really, really strong launch lineup.
I think this is what they need. They need to do what they did with the Wii. And I think what they need to do is have it the base be 250 and the bundle be 300. Don't like the don't go over 300, and if you're going over 300 you got like extra games and bells and whistles.
Yeah,
Because if they really like, because I'm guessing, I don't know, but I'm guessing because you're using Tegra stuff, that's using ARM, right? You're using ARM, right? That stuff is cheap, like in comparison to all that other stuff. And if the turnaround time, the development time for these systems was like months, come on, man, they can sell that shit for dirt cheap, and then that'll put more systems out. That'll get more developers to, and if they really have some games, for the first 6 months, people are going to start buying that shit like crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, I think 250 is a perfect price because you have to
Because
think that because the problem that Nintendo faces is that there's all these other systems, right?
hmm
hmm
You have the Wii U is going to drop in price. The Xbox S, there's already bundles that are like around 200 that comes with games. When the
hmm
Scorpio comes out, that's going to drop in price. The Xbox One going to drop in price. The PlayStation 4 is already dropped in price. So you have all these cheaper systems and already an established library of games that's
yeah,
already
hmm
out, and then you have the Christmas stuff that's going to come out too. Um, so it's like if you're going to sell this system, you got to have it at a price point that's competitive to what's already been out.
yep,
And the fact that
hmm
people are already skeptical about you means that you can't do it for too high because they're like, well, I don't even know what games you're going to have in the
exactly.
system. It's it's alluring because it's new and it's different and it's shiny and all this good stuff. But when you look at it on paper, I'm pretty sure Nintendo's not going to have a lot of the social media stuff. They're not going to have a lot of the apps. They're not going to have a lot of things that, because they're trying to make a system first, but at the same time they're still competing in that market that has all this other stuff. So you have this, if you have
Right.
something that's priced a little too high and you don't bundle it, like my man was saying, it's gonna look bad. Because remember, like,
Yeah.
dude, you're behind, and then all these stronger systems are coming out, and
Hmm.
you know what I mean. And like,
I
there was
mean, I
another
think
thing
that
that
the 350 bundled with something or a controller or something
I was
is
saying
perfect.
300,
Or
like 300
299,
with the pro,
two
and
ninety
that
nine for a base system, 299 for a base system. Maybe with a digital game downloaded with it. I don't know.
I
I mean,
Man,
that
I
honestly,
would,
think I think 299 is too much because the Xbox One S is 299.
I
yeah,
think it's honestly going to
well,
come
well, I
down
mean,
to the
well,
seller.
I think what it is when they because as a as a console as a first launch, I think
Hmm.
299 is actually good.
Hmm.
I mean, later on they can do the launch because it's a new system. Because the
Hmm.
Xbox One S is basically one, so it's
Yeah.
like you already got something that's already been out. It's just a different, a cheaper made version of the original console. It's got more
Yeah,
Well,
stuff in it.
it
I don't
actually
know.
do it
I give it,
actually does have it's like 4K now.
yeah, it's
So
4K, and it
yeah,
actually has a little bit better RAM. It's actually a little bit
yeah,
right. I mean,
faster.
I'm saying, but I mean, it's another iteration of something that's already been
yeah,
out.
yeah.
It's
Well,
a
I mean,
better version, but you know what I'm saying.
well, what
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
saying,
I'm look 250 base. With that little charger thing, and then 300 will be base stuff with a packing game and maybe a pro controller.
The charger for the system, like the new 3DS, so you got to buy
Yeah.
it
I mean,
separately.
that would be. Go ahead, Kenny. Go ahead, Kenny. What were you gonna say?
well, I was just gonna say, like, I mean, I'm thinking about the lineup of games that are coming out that are exclusive, and then the fact that because the thing is, a lot of people who the people who are just going to buy the newest product, they're not going to care about the price. But the people who are like, you know what, I don't have that much money, or I'm saving up for Christmas, they're going to be like, you know what, I can get an Xbox One for
Hmm.
dirt cheap, or I can get an Xbox S and get 4K streaming, 4K playback, um,
Right.
and I can still use all my Xbox One stuff. You know what I mean? Like in terms of a new system, because before when we had new systems, even though stuff was out, it was like, okay, everyone's jumping to a new generation. So obviously it's going to cost a little bit more. But we're already in this generation for a while.
Hmm.
Nintendo is kind of the oddball in terms of where they want to be. Because the Wii U supposedly was this, this generation. So we already have multiple consoles, multiple versions of consoles that are going to be competing with it. And when you look on the shelf and you're like, this is 300, this is 300, but this has two games and a terabyte of RAM and it's 4K versus, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of
Well,
tough if
what's
price is.
cool, see, those people, yeah, the people that don't know, because most casual people buy these systems more than us hardcore gamers. We don't really, make the a good percentage of the actual install base, but they have to sell games to us, and so everybody else will want to buy it. But like,
Well, they sell games to us, so we'll tell
yeah,
the layman that it's worth buying or whatever. I
so
hate to say layman, but
the hardcore gamers will care about that 1 teraflop and blah 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 blah, right? But that's why I was thinking earlier, right? Because because PlayStation and Microsoft, I mean Sony and Microsoft are muddying the market with multiple versions of the same thing,
and
right?
that's the
When
problem.
Nintendo slides through with this new device that is comparable to the base of both of those companies' systems, right? You can take this wherever you want to and have fun with multiple people, right? So that's why I was saying earlier, like I think that's the perfect system if they can do that type of parity, like
Well,
because not too many people going to buy that Scorpio, right? And not too
yeah.
many people going to buy. People are going to rather buy the One S or the Scorpio over the PlayStation Pro.
But keep in mind though too, like people are gonna see the whole, oh cool, it's portable, that's awesome, but people are also gonna want to play on the system that their
Hmm.
friends are gonna be on. So that's the other
Hmm.
thing Nintendo is gonna have to really kind of like drive home. This is the reason why you want to play this on our system, not PlayStation, not Xbox. And that's kind of the scary thing. It's like, oh, cool, yeah, I'm excited for Skyrim portability because that caters to me. But sadly, I'm like the 1% that would want to do that, where people are honestly going to want to play that on a PlayStation or Xbox because they're in the comfort on their couch. I hate to say it, if depending on how it's going to be on these consoles, it might look better on PlayStation or Xbox, and that's where Nintendo's got to drive it home.
The thing about it is, it probably will look better because the specs, like everything I've seen prior to this, all the specs were based. I mean, the only thing that was constant that everybody leaked, all the Edge leak, and when Emily leaked some stuff, and all these people leaking stuff. The one thing that was constant that I got from the people that I know that are working with it, they know that, like everything. The power was the only thing that was constant.
Yeah,
that it's it's comparable to Xbox One, maybe a little bit more, and it's like it's like between Xbox One and PS4. It's like right in there. So that's not even that margin is so narrow. It's not even it's ridiculous. So I mean, that's the only thing that's constant is the power. So the power is there. I just think that those nitpicky little those guys are gonna go, well, you see, it doesn't do, it's gonna be some kind of stupid, like, it doesn't have this type of the resolution is not, it's gonna be like 1 point off, and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's crap.
Like, really? I heard some people. I was watching I couldn't even stomach watching the whole thing, but I was watching this one reaction video for the Switch, and they were all like hating on Nintendo. They just angry, and then I was just like, yo, you don't even see, like, they were saying like oh, when I want to play at home, I want my console to play at home. Okay, you could do that, but it was like, who's going to go out? He was like, when I go on vacation, one guy said, when I go on vacation, I don't like to bring my games with me. Yeah, but a lot of people, when they go to these conventions, when you go to PAX East, how many freaking
you take your 3DS with you?
Yeah, how many 3DS people you see with that thing?
You are getting street pass at street. Hey, man, please come on.
And if you take the NS to these junks and you see how they had it in the commercial, I mean in that trailer, how the people was like, oh, before that tournament or whatever. Oh man, come on.
Yeah. They have the gamers lounges at PAX, so you just go in there. They have a portable, like at PAX East. PAX East has a gaming, a portable gaming lounge. So you go in there and it's all just, everybody's got their Vitas or 3DSs or whatever. I mean, they have their Game Boy Advances, they have their regular Game Boy Colors with the link cables, all that stuff. They have all that stuff, and then you go in there and there's all these portable gamers. So I mean, I take my 3DS everywhere. I don't care if I'm going to Walmart. My 3DS is coming with me. You never know, I might get a street pass.
Can we safely kind of assume that this might be Nintendo's, because the 3DS is how old now?
Oh, it's not going anywhere.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm wondering though if Nintendo's gonna start making this kind of like their handheld. That way, they don't have to focus on two devices.
No, they're gonna keep the 3DS. They've already said they're working on the next 3DS already.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah, so that's that. I mean, the thing about it is the 3DS prints money. So there's no way that they're gonna, eventually phase out, eventually make this their go-to portable, because there's no way.
No,
I don't see that happening by any stretch of the imagination.
The
whole point of the DS is the dual screen.
Yeah. Well, see, that might be Nintendo's problem though there too, because the 3DS makes the majority of their money for them. If they make a successor to a 3DS. With the whole thing,
they're working on a successor, so it'll be like,
I'm guessing in 2 years.
I'm guessing that might cause a problem for the Switch, though.
If we give
no, I don't think so. No, it's gonna be a different. It's gonna be basically like like the Wii and the Wii and the 3DS. I mean,
it's gonna be a tie-in.
You'll have ports of you'll have Mario Kart, like you have a Mario Kart that works on the 3DS, or you have Mario Kart that works on the NS, or whatever. Yeah. But you'll have ports that'll coincide each other, and you might even do a connectivity thing with it, which they've been trying to work on forever. They've done it with a couple of games, but they've really been trying to work on that, and hopefully they'll get it. Hopefully they'll do it this time. I don't know if they gave it up or not, but yeah,
be able to use it as a controller, or as a Wii U screen for your
or let's say there's a level on Mario Kart on your 3DS that they don't have on the NS. So you turn on your 3D, you turn on your Mario Kart, and let's say there's an NS function. You link up to it, and all of a sudden, boom, you get that level on your NS.
Yeah, that's actually kind
They've
of
been
cool
working.
to think of.
They've been trying to work on stuff like that for years, and they've done it with a couple of games. A couple. I can't even think of the games right now, but they've done it with a couple of games. But they haven't been able to implement it yet, and I hope that they might get into something like that. Yeah.
I'm thinking
Go
about
ahead.
it.
Go ahead. Kid. Ask your question, man. Go ahead and ask that question. That's cool.
Oh, I had a question. My thing was, we were talking about the pricing, and one thing I noticed when the PS3 and Xbox 360 came out was the PS2 kept selling.
Yeah.
They kept making games for it, and they
Yeah.
kept selling, and it's one of the top selling consoles of all time. And I don't think we're
I
at
can
that
give you my theory on that when you. I'm gonna give you my theory on that when you get done.
word. Yeah, I mean, because it was, huge library. It cost less. The last iteration was the best version of the PlayStation 2. God of War, it was great. And I'm not sure that we're at that point with with the PS4 and the Xbox One. However, it kind of has the same effect when you have these games that are coming out that are still going to be played on the Xbox One. That's going to cost around the same as the Switch if they do it on the low end, anyways. And then you have the Switch is brand new, and if their lineup isn't that great, it's a good chance that people are going to like, you know what? I'll wait on the Switch until they get a lot of games or a lot of first party
Yeah.
titles, and I'll go ahead and get these because I already know I have a ton of games that are now cheap for this system,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm getting good
That's
stuff with it.
something to look at too. I mean, from what I've been trying to dig at people and trying to find out, um, with the third parties that they've got, I'm gonna say that the launch lineup pretty robust. Not like it's not gonna be like Dreamcast level. Like Dreamcast had like 15, 20 games, almost 20 games. Well, I think 15. I think I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be like at least like 10, at least 10 to 12 games. And I'm gonna probably guess that I know there's like there's 5 first party games in development, but I don't even give me to tell you what they are. I have no idea. I just know that the third parties are gonna take up probably, if not 30 to 40% of the launch lineup.
That's
So you
good.
might even get
That new
you might even get
Zelda stuff is
Skyrim special edition might be part of the lineup. I think I want to say Darksiders Definitive Edition is gonna be part of it.
Is it?
I want to say that.
Didn't Red Dead Redemption Studio also said that that's coming out on the?
Rockstar.
They Take-Two has said, I don't know. Well, there's a possibility. I think I really tell you the truth. I think it'll happen.
If
Yeah,
it
I think it will,
happens,
too.
if it happens,
I think it'll happen.
that's
I think it'll
perfect.
happen. I think it'll happen this time. I think it will. I really think it will.
If it happens, that'll be perfect.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I really think it'll happen this time. I think Rockstar is going to jump on. I mean, you can think about it. Chinatown Wars for 3DS made Rockstar a ton of money. They sold a ton of those games. I don't know why it didn't become a Nintendo Select, but actually, if you try to find that game now, it's kind of hard to find. It was so good that they had to make a PSP version.
Yeah.
Just for the Sony guys to have their Grand Theft Auto. But and that was because it was the 3DS was outselling, and then Rockstar still consider that one of their highest selling games as far as the portable goes. I mean, it's sold a lot, so I wouldn't put it past them. I put it this way: if they don't, they're gonna miss out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If they don't, they're missing out on a whole new fan base.
What do you?
Hey, let's just say I'll play devil's advocate. Let's just say, okay, they're gonna do Red Dead without a 5 out. People will buy it.
Yeah.
They'll jump
You
all
know
over
what?
that.
You know what? I would rather them, because Grand Theft Auto will be has been out for a minute now.
Oh
And,
yeah, I know.
I would rather it just be the Red Dead. I'd rather
Can you
just be
imagine?
Red Dead.
Can you imagine? And I'm not throwing shade. I'm going off what made me mad when the Red Dead Redemption reveal came out. Which can you imagine how mad the PC Master Race guys are going to be if Red Dead Redemption Part 2 comes out on the NS?
They won't come out
Can
on
you see
PC.
people's heads exploding?
That'd be
No,
funny.
I'm no. The thing is, there's a chance. But I had to explain it. I think I talked to you about this. I had to explain to these
Mhm.
people. I said, "Well, I don't. That's crazy. I don't think that's crap. Why Red Dead's not coming out on PC?" I said, "Well, go play Red Dead Revolver on PC
Yeah.
and then shut up. Go play Red Dead Redemption on PC. They've never
Hmm.
released any of those games on PC.
Yeah. Well, plus
So
almost
Hmm.
don't
every single
stop.
PC game now has been a terrible port anyways. So it's
Hmm.
the whole PC Master Race thing is
I actually like
destroyed.
GTA 5 on PC.
Oh, it plays great, yeah, on PC.
I'm
That's
playing
like
it on Steam now, and I'm like, dude, this game is freaking crazy. It's
that's
glitchy. It plays fine for about 45 minutes, and then it starts glitching like crazy. I'm like, dude, what? Stuff just
It's
starts
probably
appearing out of nowhere. I'm like,
it's
what in the
probably it's
world?
probably because all them damn mods.
well, so that's like the
Yeah,
last.
I don't have any mods on it. It's crazy. It just plays like crazy. It's like a truck will appear out of nowhere. I'm like, where the hell did this truck come from?
And sadly, like
It's crazy.
GTA 5 is probably the last good optimized game on PC. Like everything else that's come out on there, like Deus Ex was a train wreck. Battlefield 1 is
Yeah,
a
what's
train
going on
wreck.
with that?
It's because they're just
I don't know,
direct
man.
ports of the
Well,
console
no,
games, and
they're getting third parties to do these damn ports.
pretty
Oh,
much, yeah. Like Dark
okay.
Souls 3
Rockstar did all their
was
ports
terrible.
themselves. Rockstar did all their ports. Yeah, they do. They get all these third parties to do their ports. I'm like, what are you? Why don't you just do it yourself?
Hmm.
Yeah.
You're already developing the game. You're already making because you didn't make the port for the other console, but you made those two together. So make the PC version together too. What's the
Yeah.
deal?
And
I
the other
think what it
problem is,
is the difference there is that Rockstar waited and did the PC. They took the
yep,
time, whereas
Right.
these guys are like, the publisher is probably like, you got to get this thing out at the same time as the console,
yep,
and
Hmm.
Right.
that's what is happening. I think Red Dead is gonna eventually go to PC after like a year, um, and they because
Yeah, I
Rockstar
mean,
doesn't have
like I told the guy,
themselves.
it will probably eventually go to PC, and they
yeah.
might even do a Red Dead Redemption H or whatever. I guess they would call it HD, I guess, or they might even port it over. You never know. They might, but
Well, it's
I
kind
believe
of
it'll come out on PC. I mean, it'll be big enough. I mean, the game's big enough to port over to PC. I don't see why not. I don't see why
well,
not.
it's kind of like Final Fantasy 15. They like Square Enix has said that they knew all their issues with the other computer versions of Final Fantasies, how they've been terrible ports and they don't run well even on the best hardware, and that's why they're going to take a year to 2 years to put it out on PC if they even do. So it kind of made all these people are
I
like,
think
"Oh,
they
cool, I don't have
shouldn't.
to worry about it." See,
I don't think they need to do it.
I'm kind of iffy on it. Like I want them to, but at that point, I'm already gonna have played it, so it doesn't even bother me if it comes out on PC.
Nah, I don't.
I
I
guess
mean,
for the people who
I'm
only have
sorry.
PCs.
I hope Square Enix brings Final Fantasy to NS.
But what do you
I'm
guys
not a
think
Final
about?
Fantasy guy, but I know it's a whole lot of people that love Final Fantasy, and they haven't been on a Nintendo system in a long time.
What do you guys think about? I was hearing that the when it's off the base, it's only 3 hours long, like a battery life.
Oh yeah, that was part of that Chinese leak as well too. Yeah,
If
that
it's
I
look,
I
if
mean,
it's 3 hours, I'm not
that's
playing a portable system that long. Like
I will. That's fine with me.
I'm
see,
not playing
I
a
don't.
portable system that long.
I'm used to that because of the Vita, so it
Right.
really honestly
Right.
doesn't bother me anymore. So
Yeah.
Now my issue would be if it's 3 hours. If it's, I want it to be 3 hours me playing it. You know what I'm saying? Not 3 hours
yeah,
just being on. You see what I'm saying?
Well, see, I thought the same thing because with my DS, a lot of times with my 3DS, I'm the only one playing, right? Or either I'm playing with people that are like online or they have their own. But you think about it, in the preview they showed other people playing. So like I can see someone bringing it to a friend's house and like let's say like they have a new Smash Brothers. So you're playing Smash Brothers. You're gonna play more than 3 hours because
That's true.
you know what I mean? Because you're playing with friends, or you're taking
Right.
turns because it's only split screen for two people, so you're taking turns or whatever. So you might play more than 3 hours. I mean, I don't see them not having like an adapter to keep playing, but it's
Hmm.
something to think about if they're showing you at the park and over here and over there, you're playing
hmm
with people. It has to be a little bit longer, I think.
well, especially since Game Freak, the Pokemon company, is talking about Pokemon games going on there as well. They're all about that you getting out and about for long periods of time and playing
Right.
these games with your friends. So 3 hours. with a Pokemon game, you really don't even scratch the surface, even with your friends. So,
Yeah.
but well, I guess we'll find out. I mean, time only tells.
Yeah, time will tell. Yeah, time will tell that. So, you want to get in on the Pokemon news?
Uh, there's a few things that
I
I
haven't played.
can go over.
I haven't played the demo yet. I downloaded it the other day, and I haven't played the demo yet. I've been way too busy.
There's a few things that
Actually,
I can go over, but there's some things that I can't because I mean, I get told things from Game Freak that I can't talk about. So, but
right, I got you. Yeah. Shout
um,
outs to Aaron.
I can say that the data mining is real. So if y'all are into Pokemon and you look at the data mining, all that stuff is legitly real.
Which I'm still kind of disappointed on. I don't know. Whatever.
there is
I'll play them. I'll play them no matter what. I don't care.
there is more Pokemon though that are not in the data mining demo. There's about I want to say 20 more Pokemon. But overall though, the demo was great. I thought it was a little short, but just the feel of everything, the way that your character doesn't look like he's a munchkin is awesome. I love that because that was the one that really bothered me about X and Y and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. It's like your character still seemed like he wanted to be that little scrunched up sprite. Where in the demo, you look like you're actually a normal person.
Mm.
And then the music is fantastic. The Pokemon design, I am actually completely
Is it
just
Sun and
obsessed.
Moon you're talking about?
Yep, the demo for it. But overall, I'm glad that they're changing everything around. There's no more gyms. There's no more HMs. This formula has been used for forever, and Game Freak is actually finally doing something ballsy. And it's like, you know what? Let's change it around.
Thank
Let's
goodness.
Yeah, I love it. And of course, there's all these other people that are kind of like, oh, well, they shouldn't be doing that. And it's like, no, Pokemon needed a change. It was getting very stale. Like gyms were no longer exciting because you could one shot them with one Pokemon. Where what they're called island challenges. They're going to be different things. Like in the demo, it's you need to take pictures of this Pokemon 3 times, but you can't be in this one spot and catch it. Take pictures 3 times. And then once you do that, go find the evolution of this Pokemon and take a picture of it, and then battle it. And so it's completely different. It has
Mm.
this whole new air to it, and I
Hmm.
personally love that.
You know what type of Pokemon game I want? An NS version one. You know,
And see,
know what type exactly which type I want? You remember that one that came out years ago? That those mock up console versions of the Pokemon game that was like
yep,
HD graphics and all that. Remember that one?
yep.
I know y'all seen it. Like
Yeah.
I want that specific Pokemon game. I want that one.
Well, and see, I'm hoping that the NS is actually going to have a Pokemon Sun and Moon NS version because Game Freak was already talking about it. They were like, we don't know if it's going to come out for it just yet, but there's in talks of it. So to me, that confirms a third version of Pokemon Sun and Moon. So it'll,
Yeah.
how like they
That'd be
always
cool.
usually do that. Well, they haven't done that in like what 3 generations because it
Have a
was
Yeah,
Black and White 2, and then
have a
stuff like that.
Pokemon Midnight Eclipse.
It'd probably be something like Eclipse version or something, something crazy. But at the same time, though, I'm a huge Pokemon fan, so that's the reason why like I get to get like special information and all that cool stuff from it, and just hearing things that I don't get told about that people are finding. It just makes me excited just that much more for this generation because like people are so interested in it, and I think it's because of Pokemon Go. It brought that love back for the series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Very much so. Go ahead.
of all games, this one needed a change.
Yeah, I
As much
did.
as I like Pokemon games, I after a while they start to blend into. It got to the point where I forgot which ones was which. I
Yep.
think the last one I played was X, and it was great. With the but at the same time, I was like, it's not that different, and I could not play it. Like if I didn't play it, I wouldn't be upset. Um, Whereas this one, I'm like, I'm really interested in how they've changed things. They've added super moves or Z moves or whatever, and all this other stuff that you were talking about. There needs to be some type of innovation. I get that we want to keep our, everything the same, But it's better when you look at like games like Mario, like the Mario Brothers series. They've always evolved,
Hmm.
and they've always been great because they evolved. Certain things that people like from the games came because they evolved. You know, the original Mario Brothers is nothing like what it is now, but it's still Mario. You know what I mean? And I think that
Right.
people are too quick to I know like recently people were jumping on Call of Duty, and I get it. It's Call of Duty. Um, I'm a big fan of Call of Duty, and the fact that they're actually doing something a little different each time now,
Yeah.
even if we are going to the future or in the past or whatever, is refreshing. And it's funny how people get upset because they're all happy about Battlefield One that just went back, and I'm like, it changed. Like that's a good
Mhm.
thing. Like we need the change in order for these games that come out every year, or every
What's kind of funny
years.
you
That's
said Battlefield 1. Like I got to play I've been playing it like weeks early because of the edition that I got. And personally, I yet again, this is personal opinion. I find the game very boring.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, I it's just I don't know what
is
like I
the
love
campaign or the multiplayer.
both. I love Battlefield. I'm a huge Battlefield fan. Like all the time when they come out, I buy the biggest editions and all that stuff. And I have never been so bored with a Battlefield. Like I thought Hardline was boring, but I still enjoyed it. I don't even want to play it anymore at all. And it's just like the guns don't excite me at all. And I understand, it's older wars and stuff like that, but it's just something about it. Like it just doesn't feel right. Where I've got to play the new Call of Duty already, and I love it. I am actually obsessed with it. I think it plays amazingly well. It's smooth. It's entertaining. It's fun.
Yeah, and there's like people are like, they only want it for the Warfare remaster, which is great and all, but like honestly, we have to evolve a little bit. If you're gonna complain that it comes out every year and it's the same thing, then don't be upset that they're actually changing things,
Yeah.
for once. At least give it a try. Um, and even with Battlefield One, like you're actually the first person I heard that said it was boring. Like everyone else that I've heard, they're like, the campaign is great and they're having a great time and they like the fact that it's different as opposed to everything's modern or everything's going futuristic. Um, and I mean, whether you like it or not, it's just the idea that something is going to grow and we're going to develop more. It'd be different if they changed it and it was like Quake or something. Then okay,
Yeah.
totally understand that. But adding just these little elements, because you think Modern Warfare was like the biggest shooter for a while, right? It changed how shooters worked in terms of kill streaks and all this other stuff. It was a change. It was a big change from the other Call of Duties that was in like World War and all that. So people embraced it. Like just I think people should give it a chance. And same thing with
Mhm.
Pokemon. Like give it a chance. You never know. It might be the best thing ever.
Yeah. I mean, that's actually a good topic. We're talking, about this Nintendo game changing. People completely just shit on Metroid Prime Federation Force because it wasn't Samus. It wasn't any of that. I actually enjoyed the crap out of that game. And I love Metroid games. Like, I even speedrun Super Metroid. And because I mean, I just play that game so much in general. Why not learn to speedrun it? And I actually got to the point with Metroid Prime Federation Force that I had to like almost play it almost every night with people online because it was just so addicting.
Really?
I think Metroid Force is unfortunately it felt like a troll move from Nintendo because everyone was asking for a particular
Yeah, I agree with
and
that point. Yeah.
like if the game was like everyone was giving it tens across the board, like it was amazing. People would still dislike it because it was kind of like when we asked for what was it, the Final Fantasy to remake Final Fantasy 7, and then
Hmm.
they gave us a Final Fantasy 7 just ported to PC or whatever, and people are like, wait, that's not what we've been asking for years. You know what I mean? Like you just trolled us when you could just make the one that what we want. I think if they would have called it something else, it would have been perfectly fine. But the fact that they called it Metroid, it was like, come on, like
Yeah.
people are asking for something specific, and you're like, screw you guys, we're gonna do this. It
Can
wasn't
we
even Metroid Prime. You know what I mean?
can we talk about that Metroid Prime 4 teaser though at the end of that game?
Wait, there's a Metroid Prime 4 teaser at the end.
Yeah, it shows the I cannot remember the villain's name at the very end of it though. Oh man, he was in Metroid Prime 1 and I want to say 2. He was a bounty hunter that turned pretty much evil. You see him at the end of Federation Force.
Oh wow.
Yeah, at the 100% like the whole game. Yeah, and I was like, holy crap, it's Metroid Prime 4, and yet again with the NS being revealed, there's a new game coming out for it most likely.
Let's hope.
It's not even
So
one of the games. Like, I mean, we already have Zelda. They showed
mhm.
Mario. They showed Mario Kart, which is, could be a new Mario Kart. The UI looked different. Metroid, if they have those games launch, yeah, that's a solid lineup right there.
Yep. I'd say I'm just excited. I mean, like with Pokemon this year, and then of course non-Nintendo game, Final Fantasy 15, and then in March the Nintendo NS. It's just there's just not really going to be a drought of games, and it's going to be so great for once because yet again everyone's all excited for these other games, like Call of Duty and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm excited for them, but there hasn't been like those big games right now until Final Fantasy 15 that people just everyone wants to kind of get their hands into, and then now with the NX, seeing everyone excited for it, and it's like, holy crap, it's going to get to the point again where people are excited for gaming instead of just waiting that whole like months and months and months for that one game.
I could definitely see that. The energy is high. People are talking about it. Um, One thing I want Nintendo to do though is actually advertise this time. The,
Yeah,
the the Nintendo Directs are cool, but it's only cool for us. They're not cool for the average people who are just gonna buy the system. I mean, even at E3 is being seen more than their direct videos, because they show them on TV now. Um, I think that they should definitely uh,